Do you want to learn how to start shooting videos, but you have no budget? Or are you frustrated that everywhere you look, everybody's telling you to buy new gear, spend a bunch of money on new gear? Well, that stops now. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can start shooting videos on just your cell phone. What's going on, guys? It's Eric, videographer and editor for Inceptions Media and Films by Inceptions. And if you're like me and a bunch of other people out there, we all want to start taking better quality videos on our phones. Phones are with us 24/7, and it's just easy to just be able to whip that out and start taking good videos. Or maybe you're not a hobbyist. You're a new business owner who wants to start making videos about your new business, and you don't have the budget to hire a video team. Or maybe you want to become a content creator, but you don't want to invest in the camera quite yet. Or maybe you want to start shooting videos, but before you actually get too invested into it, you want to make sure you actually like shooting videos before you invest thousands of dollars into it. Take a step back and relax, and let me show you how you can actually start using your phone to shoot better looking videos. But when you're shooting video, sometimes you just got to take it back to the basics. I have a whole video talking about just the intro into shooting video, about your camera, lighting, and your audio. And that is still gonna stay true when we're shooting with our phones. Your camera, or the thing you're shooting videos with, is still important. Your lighting is still important, and your audio is still important. So if you haven't noticed yet, right now I'm shooting on my phone. Yes, that's right, my phone, my iPhone 14 Pro Max. I have it on the cinematic mode right now, and I just have it set up on a tripod right in front of me. And that's how we're doing this video. The reason I'm shooting this video on my phone is to show you guys that yes, you can do it too. You can pull out your phone and start shooting good quality videos just like I'm doing right now. You don't need to have a big fancy camera in order to do so. But when you are shooting with your phone, I do have a few tips for you guys to make sure you're maximizing the capabilities of your camera. First things first, you kind of have to decide what you want to shoot and where you kind of want to put it to kind of know how to orient your camera. So right now, as you can see, it's horizontal. I have it on the side, so you can see this more kind of cinematic, I guess you can say, type of video. But if you want to do short form content for social media, it might be helpful to just flip it right side up so you can get that vertical kind of alignment. It's perfect for when you're scrolling through social media and stuff like that. And when you're shooting videos or photos or anything on your phone, I always 100% recommend you use the native camera app on your phone. I wouldn't suggest going through Instagram and using that camera through there, or Snapchat using that camera through there, because they already have filters layered on top, and it's sometimes not gonna let you get the highest quality video out there or the best looking footage. So before we go any further, I am shooting this on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is Apple. So some of these settings might be a little bit different than what you have. Of course, if you're shooting on Samsung or anything like that, I do prefer Apple because I've tried Samsung in the past, and I do think that the quality is a little bit better on Apple. But guys, that's just my opinion. Don't come find me in the comments or anything like that. So once you open up that camera app, you're gonna go scroll over to the video mode on your phone. Most phones should have this. There's a regular photo mode and a video mode. There might be other modes too, but if you have that video mode, go to that. Or if you have the iPhone 13 Pro and up, you have the cinematic mode. I would recommend you kind of just sliding over to the cinematic mode, because it's just gonna make your footage look a little bit better. It's gonna actually blur out the background and have you like nice and sharp. So once you're in the video mode or in the cinematic mode for iPhones or whatever, you can literally just tap anywhere on the screen, and the camera will actually auto expose to it. So if you're shooting in a really dark space or whatever, you can tap where you're gonna be shooting, and it's gonna like brighten up automatically, or vice versa. If it's super bright, you can just tap on the screen and you can like auto darken it as well. So if you're shooting like a video like I am now, like a more of a sit down type video, it might help if you have another person to help you out. They can either be behind the camera and they can like tap on your face to make sure it's not like too bright or anything, or vice versa. You can have them sit in, you can go back there, tap on the camera, make sure it's the proper exposure that you're kind of going for. But it does help because it doesn't have like a flippy screen like a regular camera does, so you can't really see yourself. So like right now I can't see myself. I'm just using the back cameras, which is my next tip. When you're shooting on your phone, please use these back cameras on your phone. That's what they're made for. Your front facing camera, I'm sorry to say, it's not gonna deliver great quality footage. Yes, it's always nice to be able to look at yourself, but if you have the time and the help to help you set up kind of like this, kind of someone to just help you like make sure you're in frame and all that stuff, please use the back cameras. You can also do a bunch of little test shoots like I just did before we even shot this video. Take a couple test shoots, make sure I'm sitting in the same spot, make sure everything's kind of framed right, make sure I'm not too dark, not too bright, making sure everything's all right. And depending on what phone you have, you also might have the option to shoot in 4K. You might even have the option to shoot in 24 frames, 30 frames. You might be able to change all that stuff. If you can, great. If you can't, that's also fine. You can just start shooting like that. But if you can, I would recommend just shooting in a 4K format, just so you have extra space in case you need to crop in or anything like that. And right now I'm shooting in 24 frames. This is gonna be better if you're doing more just like stable stuff. Here, just talking to the camera, because it's a little bit more natural. But if you're gonna be kind of like vlogging or moving stuff around, just flip that to the 30 frames. It's gonna give you a little bit smoother looking footage when you're walking around and stuff like that. And I think my biggest tip for using your phone to shoot videos is to put it on some sort of stabilizer. Whether that's a tripod like I have right now, it just has a phone adapter holder on top of it, or if you're just leaning it back on a couple of books or something like that, just please have it just on something, because we know we have all seen those videos where people are just walking around thinking they're taking good video, and then you go to look at the video and it's just a bunch of just bumpiness going on, and you can't really focus on what's going on. So if you want decent footage that people can actually watch back and be able to enjoy, it always helps to have some sort of stabilizer, whether it's a tripod like I have now, or they even have like some like mobile stabilizers, like little gimbals for your phone. That's great too, but that's also like a little bit of an investment you have to make, as well as with the tripod. But those will go a long way to make you have better looking footage. And that's pretty much it when it comes to your camera or your phone. Those are pretty much the settings that I would use. That's pretty much the settings that I'm using right now. But like I said, it's not just about your camera, it's also about your lighting and about your audio. So when I say lighting, I don't mean you have to go out and buy a bunch of lights and put it all nice and pretty. That's just what I have right now. I have a big dome light can right here, but you don't need to go out and buy a bunch of lights. When I say good lighting, that just means if you're in a room that has decent lighting, like you go and you don't have any dark shadows or anything, you can see yourself fairly clearly, that's good lighting. Or even better, if you can go up next to the window, like if I had a big window right here, I'd be getting lit up from this side, and it just creates a nicer, cleaner looking image. It's also less distracting when you have good lighting. That way people can actually focus on what you're saying. And if you pay attention to your lighting, subconsciously people are gonna think like, oh, look, this person actually cares about how their video looks, so then I should probably care a little bit on what they're saying. It's a bunch of these like subconscious factors that we don't think out loud, but it's going on in the back of people's mind. Like if you've seen it, you're scrolling through Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. If you see an ugly looking video, you're probably just gonna scroll right past it, unless it's like super funny or anything like that. But for the most part, if it doesn't look good, you're not even gonna pay attention to what it is or what it says. You're just gonna scroll on by. I even did a video a couple weeks back where I shot the whole thing using a lamp as my key light. So don't be afraid to get creative with it too. Just use whatever you have around your house and just use that and just go with it. So the third component to making good videos is audio. Audio can be a little tricky when using your phone. Sometimes if you're in a quiet enough room, or if you're close enough to your camera, you might be able to use the audio coming just straight from your phone. But if you're like a little bit further away, like I am right now, or if you're in a little bit of a louder room, you might have to use other types of gear to kind of help you out with that. The video I did a couple weeks ago, I actually talked about all the audio gear I have and kind of what I would use it for whatever situation. Right now I'm shooting in the studio, so I just have the boom mic recording to my recorder. That's like a higher level setup, but that's just kind of what I have right now. You can also invest into a lav mic like I have right here, the Tascam DR10L. I actually talk about this in the video, and you see this a lot. It's very popular nowadays. People will just literally hold this up in the camera, and this is kind of how it sounds like. This is the audio actually from the Tascam DR10L. So you can kind of tell, like, people really use this. They just hold it up, sometimes have the cord hanging. That's fine if you want that look, a little bit more casual. If you want to hide the clip or you want to hide the cord, you can just stick it under your shirt. You can even clip it onto your shirt right here and just have it like that, and you know, continue with your video. It's really up to you on how you want to do it, but you do have these options. If you guys want, you can click the link right there, somewhere around here, and you guys can take a look at what kind of gear we have, how we use it, and why we use it for certain situations. And the last thing you need to talk about is editing. So after you shot all your footage and maybe you're using an external recorder like the Tascam DR10L or something like that, you need to find a way to be able to put those two things together, right? I use a program called Adobe Premiere Pro, which lets me put in all these different inputs. It lets me put it in the footage from my phone. It lets me put in the audio from the recorder, and it allows me to sync everything up nice and easy. It also lets me put color on it. It really lets me do whatever I want to the video. Now, Adobe Premiere Pro is not free. It is like it's a monthly subscription price. You have to pay for it. But there are other free editors out there that you might be able to use. Or if you're not using anything external at all, and you're just using everything on your phone, then you can even just edit it on your phone. It might take you some time to figure out how to like put it together, how to edit it together. Or if you know someone that can do some editing, you can just send it to them, have them edit it for you, and then have your video completed. Editing might seem like it's a little daunting at first, but once you kind of get the hang of it and kind of just stick with one program you feel comfortable with and learn it, that's all that matters. You don't need to have the most expensive program out there to be able to edit your videos. Sometimes free is better than paying for something, because it's gonna let you get started into editing and actually making your videos look a little bit better. But guys, there you have it. That's how you can start shooting good looking videos with just your phone, just like I'm doing for this whole video. I'm just using my phone to shoot all of this stuff. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. If you guys tried this and you kind of found it helpful, please let me know down in the comments that you actually found these tips helpful. If you found value in this, give it a thumbs up. Or if you think someone might benefit from this, like their videos ain't looking that good, send them this video. They'll hopefully get the hint. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next time. Peace.